What is it? What would be your question to be coached through at this moment in time?
Man, that's a great question. What would I want to be coached through at this time? I guess consistency is the challenge that I have. And so generally I get up early, I exercise, which is just a squat challenge that we've been doing for 30 days. And then have my calls. I don't write consistently. I don't show up at work at the same time. I don't know that I have a question. I know what I need to do. This could be a short call today.
It could be. We got a few more coming in. Oh, Brian is in the house. Hey, good morning, Brian. You're on mute.
Hi, Andy.
Hey, how are you? Good, good. Tom, introduce yourself.
Hey, Brian Munoz, Tom Catlin, or Tomcat as some people call me. I'm standing out in a middle of nowhere in a ranch. Real estate agent in the Austin area, just north of there, and outside because I have a buddy of mine visiting and trying not to disturb him. But anyway, we'll see if this lasts. It may start raining.
It's awesome. Awesome. We're in Texas.
Georgetown, the same town that Mr. O'Brien lives.
Very cool.
Does he make you call him Mr. O'Brien too?
He doesn't make me. I just happen to call him Mr. O'Brien.
Makes sense. That's actually more true.
All right, Brian, introduce yourself to everybody on the call here.
So I'm Brian, and what we do is make full leather handcrafted shoes, and we put a penny on it, heads on the right, tails on the left, so you can wear your luck. You can customize any year you want, all the way back to 1920. The reason that's cool is because we donate a portion of our proceeds to the Purple Heart, and we used to hire vets to place all the pennies. We also took old military Humvees and we turned them into our shops. And so the whole concept of the brand was that we're the shoe for the American Dream Chaser. So you can wear your luck as you chase the dream and give back to those that fought to protect it. Been doing this for 6 years now, Andy. I think it's 6 years. And yeah, that's Penny Luck.
Awesome. Awesome. So Tom's question was about consistency, right? Well, he knows what to do. It's whether or not he does it, right? I think we all suffer from that.
I think the big challenge I have is that when it involves others, I'm very consistent. I'm very on time. When it involves me, there's less respect for my own self, which kind of goes back to last week's conversation.
It does. And I think that is, well, you know, the conversation we had last week, for those of you that weren't there, is just about making yourself your number one customer. And the hard thing about it is, it's just that. It's just making yourself number one. So again, it's small incremental changes, right? It's 1% changes every day. It's the do something different today. Tom, you were on this call on time today. I mean,
yes.
The early bird gets the worm. This is for you. This isn't for me, right?
It is. Well, it's for both. Well, to me, I'm respecting my whatever, my word. I said I was going to be here, and so I'm here.
Well, and I appreciate that. But it's also, that's what I'd like to get everybody started on, is that, and I still suffer from that. I still suffer from, like, today and yesterday, I'm taking a break from it. Tanner's on here, but he's not because he's the host of it. Tanner's actually in education. We have what we call our global conference going on right now, where we're educating like you guys would. You go to a workshop, you go to a webinar. It's called BizX, and it's for our coaches, and it's our education, right? So we've had Seth Godin was on yesterday. Gittimer was on this morning. Lord Sugars is speaking later. Brad Sugars, our founder. But it's about making those choices and those time. So how do we make 1% changes in our respect of ourselves every day?
Great question.
I think, part of my process has been, when I am being effective in writing, it's a conversation that I'll share with other people, because every week I'll post something called Catlin's log, like Captain's log, but it's Catlin's log, and I'll post that. But those generally are conversations that I'm having for me. I'll maybe have a word of the day or that kind of thing. And so that does lead to small improvement, but it's a matter of recognizing that, I think.
Excellent. Excellent. So that recognition of it is hard. So what is 1% of our day? What does that equal? Oh, excuse me. What is 1% of our awake hours every day?
1%.
1% of, well, I don't know, what is that? I don't have a calculator, or I do, but I'm holding it.
Yeah, but so 1%, just think of it like
6
this.
minutes an hour.
It's 6 minutes an hour. There you go. So if we make a choice for 6 minutes, say that again, Brian.
It's 10%.
Well,
How many
yeah.
hours are you awake?
Yeah, that's right. We're testing you. It's 1 minute an hour is what I was saying.
So if you're up,
Whatever.
how many hours are you up a day, Tom?
I am probably up 19 hours a day, 18 hours a day.
So that's 18 minutes, right?
I haven't had my coffee yet. I could crack this really quick. Just I'll be back in 15 minutes.
It's 6/10 of a minute.
All right, let's just break it down into something really easy. Can you give yourself 5 extra minutes every day to make different choices? Was the point. I mean, I'm sorry, we could have went with the math, but I've had 1 cup of coffee. Brian's had none. Tom's out in the rain. And welcome, Allison. It's nice to see you again.
Thanks so much. I've had 2. I'm on cup number 2, but one of these is maybe 4.
I think we're all energized by that coffee.
So, but it's about making that different choice. It's about being intentional about one thing. It's about being, what is the one thing you have to do? The first thing you have to do is you have to turn all this other crap off. It's amazing the conversation I've had just in the last 3 weeks with business owners like yourself. We treat everybody so well. We are servants of everybody, but then we become subservient of everybody also. So how do we take that mindset and go, okay, I'm on the phone right now. I'm supposed to be, I'm with my number 1 client. It's me. So I turn all the other stuff off and I do me. That is the hardest choice that we all make. And it was so funny because one of our clients the other day, but what if that person is going to bring me money? Okay. How often does that happen? How often does the phone ringing bring you cash in hand immediately? Never does.
Right.
But if you were with another customer, you'd call that person back later, or see that person later. So I'm just asking everybody here can you make a 5-minute change a day? A 5-minute intentional change?
Yeah. Sir, yes, sir. I really can't. But here I am out in the middle of the pasture. Yes, sir. That's what I felt like yelling, but I didn't want to, whatever. Anyway, yeah.
So 5 minutes, that's all I'm asking of everybody. And I ask it of myself because I still struggle and I go through those highs and lows with everybody. Like, think about it like this for a second. Do you guys ever just feel exhausted?
Yep.
No, never. Yeah, always. I mean, somewhere between those two.
Yeah, always and never. So do you guys ever forget anything?
All the time.
I don't remember.
This morning, I was running around like crazy and I forgot a few things.
But do you know what that's caused from?
What?
Is that we have so much stuff going on in our head that we start forgetting the important stuff because we have a lot of unnecessary information up there because we don't charge. We don't take the time to sit back and go, I mean, as silly as it is, I use this. I mean, it's got a date. Every day has a number. Every day has a date on it. But I write down all of my notes because this is what is, as Keith Cunningham would say, it's thinking time, right? So have you guys ever read the book, The Road Less Stupid?
No.
It's a great.
I'm going to come over and get it from you.
So for those of you that think I'm just making this stuff up, he says it best. So the road less stupid, that's the name of it. I didn't make it up. No teachers can make fun of me for using bad words. It wasn't me. Right, Allison? But he makes it a point every day, and this is advice from the chairman of the board. He has been 100% bankrupt, and now he's worth millions again. My point to this is he makes it a point every day. He has a chair that he goes to in his office. He grabs a yellow legal pad and a pen, and he goes and sits in that chair. He doesn't do anything else. He goes and sits in that chair for whatever his time frame is, sets the timer on his desk, and he sits it down and he does the time, and he calls it his thinking time. And what that allows him to do is, as he's thinking of stuff, he just starts documenting stuff. Right? And one, it takes away the forgetfulness of it, but two, it helps us choreograph our thoughts. It helps us choreograph what we're trying to do. And so he calls it thinking time. I'm calling it choices time. How can you do that 5 minutes or 15 minutes and get into a routine every day, so that rather than running around and being confused or forgetting stuff or doing this, you let yourself like rest, relax, recharge, so you can focus on the important stuff.
Absolutely. It's a great idea.
Well, and I actually just got this planner. It's as though have been drinking the Kool-Aid, apparently not the coffee. So each day I write down goals, which are long-term, someday pie in the sky goals. Then I write my targets. What are the things that I must get done? And then I write the phrase of the day or quote of the day.
So,
and then at the end of the day, I go back
ahead.
and write my successes, and then I write my goals again. So there's a connectivity, and I guess my question came out of, I want it now, but I know that when I look back, it's as far, maybe I started at the building, which is whatever, 10 yards away, and here I actually have progress, but it's still me right here.
So, all right, so that's a great thing. What if you did or put on your list, eat the frog today? What one hard thing do you need to complete every day in your office?
It's not just making contacts, but making effective contacts.
Right. So I'm trying
It's
to
all a
find it
numbers
right
game.
now. Of course, I can't put my finger on what I was looking for, but we have a sheet. Let me just pull it up here. Let me share my screen with you really quick. So we have a lot of fun with a lot of different things, but where is that? All right, so can you see my screen?
Yes.
All right, so this is the list we have. So can you add this to your list? I'll send this over to you, Tom.
Yep.
But every day before I leave, again, it's about the next day. What do I need to achieve the next day? But how do you put this on your list right here?
Eat the frog.
Eat the
Yeah,
frog.
that's good.
Yeah, so you have a list of things that you're supposed to do. You have something. This is we call our action list for the day. And the one you want to move your business forward, or you want to move your time for you to get those key critical drivers done. Add this in as to eat the frog. What do I have to do today? What's the slimiest, hardest task that I have to do right now and get it completed?
Yeah.
I like it.
I have two notepads. I have a to-do notepad and a notes notepad, and all my to-dos go in here. But I need to adopt that, the slimiest task, we'll call it.
Yeah, because you also, like you said, it's so of your to-do list, Brian and Tom, what kind of list do you have right now? Do you ever have a I completed list?
Yes, that's what I do at the end of the day. Successes.
Great. So how do you celebrate the successes?
A check mark that's green.
That'll work.
Well,
Wow.
and I've
Go
always,
all
I mean,
out.
that sounds maybe a little funny, but you know, I've never been a checklist person, and now I'm going, oh wow, I did do that. Or, okay, I'm supposed to make 20 contacts today. I made 14. Wow, that's still better than had I not written down 20, because then I would have gone, made a few, and then called Andy to see if he wanted to go lunch or, you know, something.
Well, but that's the hard part about it is that most of us put so much on our to-do list that it never gets done anyway.
Can I jump in real quick? Because
No.
I
Oh, sorry.
absolutely love this topic. So I had a short break here on the BizX conference. Just wanted to jump in. So one of the big things that that I've been working on, and it's been it's a concept that was given to us or given to me from the founder of Action Coach, Brad Sugars, but taking the principle of 80-20 into your week and into your day. 20% of your time should be spent planning and preparing, so that 80% of productive time is absolutely the most productive it can be. That offshoot of that goes right into that action list and focusing only on 4, 5, or 6 different tasks that you are top priority for the day. Anything more than that, it's too much. It's overwhelmed. Things get pushed down. You just don't have that same level of productivity. So for me personally, I fill out that action list every day. I have a default calendar I go to, and I send it to a coach every single day. Whether he looks at it or not is kind of beside the point. But the fact that there's that accountability to it helps me. Just by doing that one piece, my productivity level skyrocketed. So it's powerful to use that. I absolutely love the topic of productivity. How do we make sure that we're doing the right things for ourselves to be the most productive we can? And for me, it goes to that 80-20 principle. When it's Friday afternoon, I am preparing my entire calendar for the next week. I am making sure it is all listed out. What do I need to accomplish on Monday? What do I need to accomplish each day? What is the intention for each day? Having that intention is powerful when it comes to, you know, why am I doing what I'm doing on this particular day of the week? So there's my 2 cents on it. I apologize for not being totally present on this today, but I just couldn't help but jump in and share some of this, because this has been a huge component for me over the last couple of weeks.
That's a
You
really
should be
good
right
life.
here. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that's a really good life hack. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. How you do it. I think for me, I've kind of been getting my sea legs again, just after restructuring everything, Andy, and getting back into the rhythm of a solid routine and a plan of attack. Yeah, I might take that from you and adopt it. Thanks for sharing, Tanner.
Way to go. Allison, go ahead.
Yes, well, something I just, I didn't hear what the original topic was, but I think I'm getting the idea here. But my product, I had made my default calendar. I had my blocks of time. For those of you that know me, I'm a teacher. I teach full time. Virtual has given me some pockets to work on the businesses. But what I found is that even the default calendar wasn't enough structure for me. And so Letty in your office turned me on to that, what do they call the Pomodoro Technique or what have you, where you set your timer for 20 minutes and you are intentional. Like you just tell yourself before you start, I am only going to do this task, you know? And so, and then the way she explained it to me is like you give yourself a reward, you know, after those 20-25 minutes are over. I didn't really need that, but I needed to focus on one task for 20 minutes. And what I found is I kept a little tick mark about how many times I got distracted in that 20 minutes, you know, because I just squirrel off into another, you know, because I got 13,000 things going on. So it helped me so much. I cannot tell you how much it helped me. Number one, just the awareness of how many times I almost went off in a different direction. That first 20 minutes, it was like 5 times, but then it gradually got less and less and less. And so a lot of times, sometimes, you know, it's like 20 minutes and the buzzer will go off. I'll be great. I can do another 20, but I set my intention ahead of time. I will do this and I will not veer off it for 20 minutes. And that's really helped me. So find those kind of nooks and crannies in my schedule.
Awesome.
And that is awesome. Thank you for sharing that. I did, for those of you that are on your computer, I did put the action list in the box. If you hit the 3 buttons in the chat box, you should be able to click on it and download it to your system.
Allison, what do you teach?
Band. I'm a high school band director and fine arts director.
That's cool.
But what are
Yeah.
your businesses? Come on.
Oh, yes, sure. Yard card queen. So like all those big birthday greetings, you know, the big cards, happy anniversary, happy birthday, yard card queen, Round Rock. And Chico and Chums is pet sitting.
Chico and Chums pet sitting?
Yep. So we come to your house.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Cool.
That is really awesome. Cool.
Oh.
All right. So yeah, and you're pretty much right. So I love that timer. So hey, Tom,
Yes.
go get an egg timer.
All right.
Or
I've
go
got a timer on my phone.
Yeah, but that's digital. So to her point, if you turn all of that off that doesn't ring in, then you're totally intentional. The egg timer will make you turn your phone off. Because this is our number one distraction. Oh, I wonder who texted. I wonder who emailed. I wonder who. So by doing those intentional things like him with thinking time and her with her methodology and just sitting, the egg timer is the most fun because like I get distracted by air also. And it's memory. Oh, remember when you used to be on timeout and had to set the timer? Tom, I know you never got in trouble.
Never heard of that. Actually, never. I didn't get in much trouble. I got others in trouble.
Oh, yes, I'll bet. I can see your nose growing, sir. Well, we want you all to keep coming back. Please invite others. We're trying to grow this community. That your view is much nicer, Tom. Thank you.
I figured you'd like that better. Then I can actually scratch my nose.
But like I said, we're doing this every Friday morning at 9 a.m. 1 or 2 questions. We'll try to rip through them. I love the input that everybody's having because again, none of us are as smart as all of us together. And so this is more collaborative than anything else. So like I said, invite your friends, invite colleagues, just to step in and join and just to say hello.
Sounds good.
All right, everybody, we will see you next week. Same bat channel, same bat time.